right? Cool. So when it comes to any business, guys, this is what I kind of want to look at. 4 Ps: people, product, process, and possibilities. I'm going to say that again. There's 4 things you want to look at when you join any sort of business. I know you don't do it when you get employed. When I was working at Tesco, I didn't look at these 4 things, right? But you want to look at the people, okay? What sort of people are in this business? Okay. Do they look like me? Do they sound like me? Do they have any integrity? Okay. What sort of people are in the business? Anyone that was at the gala and you was able to see Hassan, our CEO, he's a person with humility. All right. Product. Okay. What is the product that we have in our business? Okay. It's education to help people make money from home or anywhere around the world. That's a good product. Okay. Why is it a good product? Because it solves many solutions to people's problems. Okay. Process. What is the process from going from a customer to, in my case, and many other cases, I'm going to speak to you guys as if we're all six-figure earners here. What is the process of going from a customer to a multiple six-figure earner? What's the process? What happens? We have a blueprint. We have people that have gone from a zero income to earning $80,000 a month. We have multiple people that have gone from a zero income to earning multiple six figures a month. So the process is possible. Okay, we've got good people, humility people, integrity people. Okay, the product is one that helps most people's problems. Most people don't have a lot of money. Most people are living paycheck to paycheck. Most people are not allowed, haven't gone abroad. Most people are not able to spend time with their kids, right? Not because you don't want to, it's because you're working for money. You don't understand money. And then the last one is possibilities. What is the possibilities that I can go from this person to that person, or this amount of money to that amount of money? What is the possibilities, guys? And you've seen countless of people come into this business, right? If you're brand new, okay, you're going to get to know when you come to events, you're going to see someone that has less capabilities as you, less courage than you, less skill sets than you, making more money than you. Why is that? And if you're okay with that, that's fine, guys. But when I was working my job, I was not happy with the fact that I was earning £12 an hour. And if you break it down per minute, they valued me at 2p a minute. So you're telling me my grandparents went through all the bullshit they went through. My parents went all the bullshit they went through for them to value me at 2p a minute. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. But some people are okay with that. And if that's you, that's absolutely fine. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to someone on this call that knows they're not really worth 2p a minute. Your purpose is not for 2p a minute. You didn't wake up today for 2p a minute. Because everyone has a starting date when you're born, and everyone has a finish date when you're not here anymore. Why did we wake up today, guys? Why are we all here present, breathing, healthy, blessed, grateful? We're not done. Our purpose is not done. Everyone has a purpose. And you guys probably heard me say this before. Drop in a group chat, right? Where is the wealthiest place in the world? Where's the wealthiest place in the world? No, don't ruin it. See Sammy grab her phone straight away. Jesus Christ, Sammy. Give me a break. Right? The graveyard family. The graveyard. Not Dubai, not New York, not Sydney, not Malaysia. The graveyard is the most wealthiest place in the world. Why? Because people are born and most of them die at 25, but they're not buried until they're 75. I'm going to say that again. Most people are born, they die when they're 25, but they're buried when they're 75. All their dreams, all their hopes, all of their ambitions, all of their goals, all of their purpose, because of the system, which I'm going to talk about, they now don't even dream anymore. They don't know how to dream. They don't know how to imagine. They don't know how to believe. And they settle for less. But what it takes is something in your life for your paradigm to change. Right? 5 years ago, something happened in my life where my paradigm changed. My reality changed. My world changed. And that is only when you start waking up, guys. But you don't want to wait until that happens. You want to do it yourself. Because it might be a death in the family. It might be someone passes away. And now you wake up and saying, damn, I didn't spend as much time with that person. Or, damn, I didn't even value time with that person. And now your paradigm changes. Right? So do not wait until something happens for you to take life seriously, bro, people, because you don't want to get to that stage, guys. You really, really don't, because then it leads to regret. And there's many, many people that live life with regrets, knowing that you had an opportunity to make something for yourself. You had an opportunity to retire your mom, your parents, whatever your reason why is. And because of a weak mindset, because of not a bulletproof mindset, because of not a resilient mindset, you gave in. What do you think that guy's gonna feel if a years from now, right, he sees all of us making multiple six figures and he left because he made because of £9? How's he gonna feel? Not a happy man. He's not gonna be a happy man. I promise you that now. All right. So look, along this journey, all I can try and do is, especially if you're new in this industry and you haven't been here longer than 6 months or a year, I can only pour into you what helped me get through my first year or 6 months, because I didn't have a team like this. I didn't have Samantha. I didn't have Natalie. I didn't have people around me when I started my journey, guys. All I had was myself. All I had was myself when I started this journey. When I started this journey, anyone that started entrepreneurship or you started along this journey, you're gonna realize it can get pretty much lonely because your friends don't support you and neither does your family. You've found a new great opportunity for you to make money, and you've gone to your best friend thinking, yeah, they're gonna jump on board. They laugh at you, right? You go home, you bring it to your parents, whatever it is. You tell them you're making money online. What scam are you doing? Ouch. All right. But this is where now you have to understand your reason why, put your back against the wall, and start working, guys, because this is not easy. And what is easy for you now, if your life is easy, as in, don't get me wrong, everyone has their days, but most people wake up, they go to work, they come home, they cook, bath, and go to bed. Obviously, you may have a few things in between. You might go to the gym. You might do a few things. None of that is hard. Like, if everybody does it, then it's not really hard if everybody can do it. So once you understand what is hard now, right? Entrepreneurship is hard. Trading is hard. Building your business is hard. Your life will be easy. But what is easy now, right? If it's all cushy and easy and you're not really working 12 hours a day and you're not losing money and you're not failing, your life will eventually be harder down the line. Right? So if you can't change the people around you, as in you've gone to friends and family and they're not supporting you, if you can't change the people around you, change the people that are around you. I'm going to say that again. If you cannot change the people that are currently around you, change the people that are around you. So what I had to do is I had to listen to certain audios of certain successful people as though they are my friends. So if I'm in the car, all right, gold just hit 230, right? Blue Monaro anyway, right? Uh, oh, cool, right? It takes, yeah, you threw me off. I need to check gold. One sec. Yeah, we'll get you distracted, guys. Right? So change the people around you, guys. Listen to audios. Everybody should have a routine. Okay? Because the struggle that I had when I started this journey is I had a job that I hated. I did not like my job. And I remember it like it was yesterday. I woke up at 5 a.m., sat at the end of my bed, and I said, what am I doing? What am I actually doing? It was pitch dark. The birds are tweeting. Didn't want to move. Looked at the ceiling. I did not like my job. And I had started something new, which was trading. All right. So I had something that was new. I was very excited about. I was very optimistic, and I had a negative thing in my life. I used to come home from work angry, pissed off, and try and trade, lose money. All right. And I had to make a sacrifice. On your way to success, family, you have to sacrifice. You have to give up to go up. I'm going to say that again. You have to give up to go up. That could be your pleasures. That could be friends, right? And that does not mean cut off your friends. It means you have to love your friends from afar. Because if they're really your friends and you sit down to them and you tell them, look, I'm not going to be around you. I'm not going to be doing this because I'm trying to better myself. If they're really your friend, they'll support you and they'll love you same way. If they're not, you're going to get people that bitch about you and say, oh, he's changed and this and that and this and that. But that's just success, guys. Because at the end of the day, your friends and family are not going to retire your family. Right? When it's time to pay the bills, your friends ain't calling you then, are you? Really and truly. And it's crazy when I talk to people about the opportunity and I say to them, look, are you going to give it a go? And they say, well, I'm going to see what my friend does first. It's like, does your friend pay for your bills? Is your friend going to help your family get out of your situation? Is your friend going to help you do generational curses? No. So how on earth are you waiting for someone else to create your future? All right. So going back to my story, guys, I had to quit my job and I had to go all in to the industry. I had no income. Yes, I had money saved. I didn't quit with £100 to my name. I had money saved, but I put my back against the wall, and that is when you see what you're really made of. Because when you're too comfortable, right? And I feel a lot of us on this call are maybe a bit too comfortable. You're not really that broke. Like you don't really mind paycheck to paycheck. You don't really mind the job. You don't really mind not affording good things. And sometimes we justify ourselves. I like my small house. No, you don't. You just can't, you just believe you can't afford a bigger one. I like my 20-year-old car. No, you don't. You want a brand new car, but you just believe that you can't. And that's when you're too comfortable. When you put your back against the wall and you don't know when the next check's coming in. I went for months when I did not know when the next check's coming in. That was my mindset. That's all I had. And there's three types of confidence whilst we're on this subject. Okay. There's external confidence. All right. So let's just say you're a footballer, okay, for example, and you have the physical ability. No, sorry. External confidence. So let's just say you got a lot of money. All right. You was gifted with a lot of money and you lose all that money. Are you still confident? You had external watches and cars. You've lost that. Are you still confident? All right. You then have a physical confidence where let's just say you're a footballer, okay, and you break your leg, for example. Are you still confident? You've broken your leg. You can't play football anymore. Are you still confident? And then last but not least, which all of us need to work on, is your self-confidence. That is with anything or with anything, with nothing, I could still be confident. But it's a skill you have to work on. I was not always like this. Even when I went to the gym when I was younger, excuse my French, I used to be a little bitch, right? I said I wanted to do 10 reps. Why am I doing 8? I'm cheating myself. I know someone on this call relates. You're going to the gym. You said you're going to run 5K. Why are you running 4K? Right? You said you're going to do 10 press ups. Why are you doing 8? Once you train the muscle, your mind's a muscle, guys. Same way you flex your bicep. If you work your muscle consistently, you can become a certain person. You become a bulletproof mindset. Don't get me wrong, I'm not cold-hearted. I'm just very, very thick-skinned because I've been in this industry for many, many years. But I probably got one of the biggest hearts on this call. But I'm very thick-skinned. People could, every single one of you guys, I love you. However, every single one of you could leave me, which happened in my previous company. Only one or two people stuck with me. I have an organization of over 200 people. Only 2 people stuck with me, and most of them done me dirty. I still kept it going. Still kept on going. I still had my reason why. I still woke up. And look, guys, if you have your environment, right? Going back to changing the people. If you can't change the people around you, change the people around you. If you can't create an environment, actually create your environment. Everybody has a bedroom. If you share it with someone, you're gonna have to do what you're gonna have to half it or whatever it is. But create your environment. I should be able to walk into your bedroom and know what you're on. I should know how you think by me walking into your bedroom. If you come to my bedroom, you're probably gonna think I'm a maniac. You're probably gonna think I'm a bit weird, a bit crazy. But something I learned a long time ago, crazy people make crazy money. They're packed. They're a bit lulu. When I used to do the self-confidence formula and talk to myself in the mirror, I know my mum thought I lost it. But you have to do that, guys. The self-confidence formula. If anybody wants to send it into the group chat, First, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, read it over and over and over and over again in the mirror because there's 4 ways for you to build your belief system, guys. Write this down. I have this on my wall. I have 2 massive whiteboards in my bedroom. We're in the office at the moment. And I have multiple pictures around my room. So when I wake up, if it's in sight, it's in mind. I cannot wake up and not think about my goals. I have my vision board in front of me. I have multiple motivation quotes around me. I have my business on my left-hand side. I have the books on my right-hand side. If you come into my room, you know exactly what I'm doing. You know exactly what's going on in my mind. I guarantee if I went into most of your rooms, it's probably empty. And maybe our minds are a bit empty. Who knows? And I mean it as in we don't know what we want. We don't have our goals in front of us. It's like me, if I wanted to drive to Manchester and I don't have a sat nav, how are you going to get there? What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? Why did you join? Why are you guys here? You just join to join. Join to actually make something from this, guys. People I've seen firsthand. That's why I'm still in the industry. I've seen people go from nothing to retiring their family. The catch with this business, the catch with this business, guys, right, is that it's too cheap. It's too cheap. And when things are too cheap, you do not appreciate it. What else is cheap? What did we get for free in this life? Our family. Do we really, really appreciate our family as much as we should? No. Our mindset. Do we really, really, really look after our mind? No, we don't. Our health. We got that for free. Do we really, really look after our health? No. So all these things that we get for free, we do not appreciate. But the watch that costs a couple grand, we adore that. And the trainers that cost a couple grand, we adore that. And the house that can be rebuilt, even though it was to get knocked down, we adore that. But the things that come for free, we do not appreciate. And it's the same with this business. Because it's only £80, people do not take this seriously. If you treat this like a hobby, it will pay you like a hobby. If you become obsessed with this business, which I know I still am, but when I first started, guys, I was obsessed. You cannot speak to me and I'm not bringing this up. You have to be obsessed. You have to be obsessed, but feel good about it as well. That's how you start. That's another conversation, right? If anybody wants some real gems, and I'm going to take you to the source, your wish is your command. Anybody that knows me, you know I would drill it into you. Your wish is your command. There's 13 episodes, all an hour long. I've listened to all of it at least 20 times. Your wish is your command, Kevin Trudeau, right? He talks about how I'm not going to get in, and this is where you go back to coachability. How did I start this? Right? Coachability. Yes, I've said something. You might say to yourself, I don't really believe this guy, or I don't really trust this guy, whatever it may be. How coachable am I? How coachable am I? Go back to it every single time. If you hear new information and it doesn't make sense, don't throw it away. How coachable am I? So if I tell you guys now that with our mind, it's a transmitter and receiver, right? For physical frequencies in the world, for you to attract people, opportunity, and circumstances, you'd understand how powerful we are. And people that created the system that we currently live in, guys, they understand that our mind is the most important asset in the world, second to time. But even if you was brain dead, time doesn't matter. Does that make sense? Right? Our mind is the most important asset in the world. And with these phones, yes, we make money from them, guys. But if you want to watch Social Dilemma on Netflix, right? Social Dilemma, you're all on Netflix, you got an account, don't lie, right? Social Dilemma on Netflix, it teaches you how these phones were created to basically, they were number one created to make you an addict. And number two, they was created so that if your focus is not where it needs to be, you're never going to be able to create. Now, I don't believe, and I'm not going to get into religion, but we are God-like. We can create. Newsflash, if you didn't know. You create good things in your life and you create bad things in your life. You ever wake up in the morning, hit your toe on the bedside, and now It's just a domino effect. Your whole day is ruined now because you created it. You create it. We create our reality, guys. Some people before this business, I used to think 100K a year was a lot of money until I meet the likes of Sahel that make 100K a month, and now my reality has changed. The whole schooling system, guys, we've been robbed from the get-go. Back in World War II or whenever it was over 100 years ago, when pretty much the whole society was ruined, they did this as a test to see if it would work. All right, do your own research. They created a schooling system to see if we can create enough employees to fix the economy. Do you think it's a coincidence how we either start work just after we drop the kids off at school and then we finish work when the kids finish? It's all in sync, right? From the time we have to sit in certain aisles, from the time the bell goes off, we have to leave. From the time you have to put your hand up to speak. That's why I never did well in school. I fought for myself. But the whole point of school is for you to not think for yourself. It's for you to make them think for you. Does that make sense? So we go through life never actually thinking. That's the biggest problem in today's world, guys. We do not think. Who do you speak to the most every single day? You're probably thinking your spouse. You're probably thinking your son, your daughter, your cat, whoever you speak to, right? The answer is yourself. You speak as I'm speaking to you now, you're speaking to yourself. How about that? As I'm speaking to you, you're speaking to yourself. It's deep programming, guys, but we have to unprogram it. And as you're an adult, we're all adults on this call. It is your responsibility to rechange that programming. You can't blame your parents. You can't blame the government, right? You can, but it doesn't change your situation. You have to do it yourself. But in this environment, we have people that have been able to change their paradigm and are now passing on the information. Right? There's three things that one of my previous mentors taught, okay? And it's the opposite. We'll only use it for this scenario. There's three words: lie, cheat, and steal. They're all bad things, really and truly. You shouldn't lie, you shouldn't cheat, and you shouldn't steal. In this industry, in entrepreneurship, you have to lie. Who you lying to? Yourself. You have to deceive yourself. You have to manipulate yourself for the better. You have to lie to yourself. I am great. I am beautiful. Even if you're ugly, I am beautiful, right? I am stunning. I am powerful. I am a millionaire, right? And it's not a cliche thing. You see some people on the internet talking about cliche. This actually works. This genuinely works. But if you do it for a day or a week and don't see £1 million in your account, what do? You quit. You don't even try it again. You have to do this all the time. It's not what you do occasionally, it's what you do repetitively. If you do it over and over and over again, guys, I went through a 6-month period where I was absolutely obsessed with self-development, with learning, with growing, with cutting out old habits, creating new habits. And I'm reaping the rewards years later. But at the same time, I'm still suffering from the decisions I made 5 years ago. 3 to 5 years ago, we all made mistakes that are now affecting us today. But if we make sure that from today onwards, we're going to do the right things, 3 to 5 years, guys, you could be in a whole new world. 3 to 5 months, depending on your work rate. Right? So lie to yourself, okay? Affirmations, okay? Self-talk, very, very, very important. Self-talk all the time. I can do anything I put my mind to. There's nothing I can't do in this world if I put my mind to it. That's just my belief. Cheat, right? In school, what do they tell us? Not to cheat. I'm not saying I cheated in tests, but what I am saying to do is to cheat when it comes to mentorship. Admire them. All right. Cheat. Use the information that they're giving you, that the mentors are giving you. All right. Success leaves clues. You don't have to do it by yourself. You don't have to go on this journey and figure it out for yourself. Drop your ego. What's the abbreviation? Edging God out. Ego is edging God out. You have an ego. You have a bigger ego than you have bank account. Make it make sense. And I'm speaking from first hand, guys. When I started this, I had a bigger ego than I had bank account. And I had to lose all my bank account to realize, shit, why have I got an ego? Still information. I always pour into you guys. I put books in the chat. Does anybody take it down and copy it? Who knows? I drop audios in the group chat. Does anyone take the audios? And instead of listening to Capital Extra in the morning, are you putting on a audio? All right, because the first hour you wake and the last hour you sleep, your subconscious mind is open. I'm not going to get into it. You have your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Okay. In school, what's the five senses that they teach us? Smell, hear, touch, taste, feel, right? They are all conscious faculties within our brain. They do not teach us the other side to your brain, which is your subconscious mind, your imagination, your willpower, your perception. And there's a few others that we need to master, but we don't even know about it. This is all deliberate, guys, because this is where you create. Your subconscious mind is where you create, and your conscious mind is what is the false reality we create. So you see your bank account minus, your conscious mind is believing that that is the reality. Whereas what you should be really doing is your subconscious mind is telling you this is just for now. That don't even mean anything to me. That doesn't mean anything to me. I'm still gonna tell you, bank account or not, I'm still gonna make it work. Guys, success to a certain level is 99%. I'm gonna say that again. Success to a certain level is 99% spiritual. My intake of spirituality is just inside, internal. It's internal. You can work. You ever seen people like, God bless my grandmother, right? She used to work 3, 4 jobs, but you're working hard at the wrong things. Most of us on this call, we're working hard in the wrong vehicle. You've got the work ethic, you've got the mindset, you've got everything, but you're in the wrong vehicle. You're in a Nissan Micra. And you get people that are in a Ferrari because they understand spirituality. They understand that it's all internal. Everything's internal. Your reality is internal. Your beliefs internal. Your reason why is internal. But the good thing about it, guys, is we can change. We're not a tree. A tree cannot decide, I want to change. An animal cannot, we're the only creatures on this earth that can actually change. We have the ability to change. What are we changing? We're changing our frequency. Your brain is a transmitter and receiver to physical frequencies on earth. You can attract people, circumstances, and opportunities. And I've proven to myself that with the power of the mind, you can do anything. And I'm not saying this for motivational purposes. Do your research. Listen to your wishes, your command, family. Genuinely study it. Listen to it. Because this is not a joke. I'm not here. I'm not here for apprentice. No salt on any apprentices on this call. I did not come here to hit an apprentice. I came here to create generational wealth, to break generational curses. This is deep. A lot of us are carrying traumas from past families, from past downs. So guys, just make it a routine, make it a priority for you to have certain things in your day. Read a book, right? Before this business, I don't think I ever completed a book. I don't think I genuinely ever completed reading a whole book. I didn't really care about Harry Potter, to be honest with you. They were the books I was given. I didn't really care about them sort of books. But if I'm working with people that have what I want and they're reading books, How dare I not even try to read the same book? If anybody on this call, you don't like reading as well. 10 pages a day. Have a 300-page book, 10 pages a day. In a month, you've got it done. Most wealthy people read. If everybody on this call wants to become wealthy, why on earth are you not reading? Audios, what are you listening to? Right? Jim Rohn, there's so many people that can pour into you guys. You have to pour into yourself. And this is going to be for those that are struggling when it comes to the network marketing side, right? You have to become a certain person for people to actually want to follow you. But it takes time. That takes hard work. That takes pouring into yourself. Right? Because to know and not to do is not to know. So if you guys really, really knew this information, you'd have your results. So someone might on this call, oh, I've heard this before. I've heard that before. Well, there's hearing and listening. You heard it, you didn't listen. And if you can't hear, you must feel. So the choice is yours. Everyone I speak to, what do they say? Oh, I want to own a business. Why do you want to own a business? Oh, I don't know. I just want to own a business. So now you've been given the opportunity to have the same to have the same benefits as a business owner, but not responsibilities. You don't take this seriously. Can anyone drop a one on the chat if you guys are either you either currently have a business or you've been in business before? Yeah, great. Right? Every single one of you, you understand how bloody hard business is. It's hard. But the only reason why you're doing it is because you want time freedom, financial freedom, choices, and options. And I know your business expense is a lot. The business expense here is $15. Just saying. So guys, please start thinking a lot bigger, a lot quicker. Some of us do not believe, some of us do not think, some of us do not actually realize what on earth is going on here. And that's where events play a part. Because when I started this, like I said, there's 2 days you get started. I signed it 4 years ago. I did not take it seriously. I went to an event, my actual day started because I saw and I believed and I worked. Is it going to be easy? No. Is it going to be worth it? Yes. But it takes a decision, it takes hard work, and it takes studying. What are we studying? Study yourself, guys. Become obsessed with yourself. It's not a bad thing to be obsessed with yourself. Don't think that it's bad to be obsessed because obsession with yourself is a form of self-love. Some of us don't really love ourselves. We give ourselves to our job. We give ourselves to anything but ourselves. If you worked as hard as you did in your job in this, you'd never, ever, ever work a job a day again in your life. I promise you, if you take this seriously, you will never work a job a day in your life again. Things to change, you must change. If you are not happy with your current situation, guys, change. Stop listening to certain music. Stop listening to certain friends. Separate to elevate. Do new habits. Whatever is necessary for you to actually get the results is possible. But some of us don't believe. You've accepted that this is me, this is how I am, this is how I've always been. Guys, I am not the person I am when I started this journey. I promise you, anyone that knows me before this business, I am not the person I was before this business. And some of us are moving into this. It's like moving into a new house. You guys have come into House of Riches. It's a new house. House of Riches means something to a lot of us. Some of us that have been here for a while, this means it's a family. It's genuinely a family. We party together, we won together, we lost together, we failed together. We're gonna win together. But you guys are coming to this new house. And if you move into a new house, are you going to bring the old carpet and the old sofa and the old towels? No, you're going to bring in new stuff. So why are you coming into this new opportunity with old bullshit? Change. Come do things that are uncomfortable. When I see uncomfortability, when I'm uncomfortable, it equals growth. And in life, you don't grow. If you're not growing, you're dying. You don't stay at a certain level. Please understand that. If you are not growing, you are automatically going down. And this is where age is a huge perception because people think they're a certain age that they're now growing. No, age goes up automatically. Your mindset does not. You have to manually shift that. You have to manually move that. New year, new me. People are doing the same shit. It's over. The gyms are empty now. Shock. Year in, year out. Nothing's new. And it's not because you don't want to, it's because you're not educated enough to know why this is happening, to know why that when you wake up, right, your subconscious mind automatically grabs your phone. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, guys. I'm far from saying I am perfect. But subconsciously, right, you wake up and you're already in a pattern, right? You're on your way home. You don't even remember how you got home, but your subconscious mind drove you home. We give you guys things. We can give you a hand up. We cannot give you a hand out. I'm gonna say that again. In this business, in this industry, we give people hands up. We do not give you handouts. You have to work for your shit here. You have to grind for your shit here. It's opposite to how you have to win. In the corporate world, right? You guys can comment if you disagree. When you're with a colleague, right? In your corporate job, you don't have your colleague. You're just there because you have to be. But really and truly, for you to get a bigger paycheck, it's either you or that person because there's only one managerial role. It's not really because when you leave a job, you don't continue. Well, there's probably a rare few of friends that actually you stick with. But if you get a new job, you don't speak to your old colleagues. To a managerial role, it's either one of you two. It's either one of you two. In this business, guys, we cannot create wealth without helping enough people. And when people see this opportunity and you make money and you do not share it with people, I personally cannot work with you because we have the wrong morals and ethics. Laws of the universe, whatever you believe in, whether you believe in gravity or not, if you jump off, you're going down. Law of polarity, up, down, left, right, give, receive. If you help enough people get what they want, you as a byproduct get what you want. Give. But to give, you have to pour in. If I hadn't had no personal development or I didn't pour into myself, I can't pour into you guys. What am I pouring? I got nothing to pour. One person in this call can take something away. Is every single one of you going to take something away? No. Is every single one of you going to be here in 3 months? No. Is every single one of you going to be successful? No, because success isn't for everyone. Sorry to break it to you. Those on this call that know that your desire, that you're here for a bigger reason, I'm talking to you. I think people come and go and I'm joined to retire my mum. You left the business a month later. What are you talking about? Yeah, retired for my friend, my family, and my kids. You left a month later. Why are you lying to yourself? And you can lie to everyone else. What's the solution? What's the solution? The reason why most of us are here, guys, is because we're not where we want to be in life. We're not where we want to be, and that's okay. Accept it, move on, and learn from it. I'm obsessed with your goals. Everybody has the goals on this call. Write down your goals. Do not use your head as a storage cabinet. We must use our head as a storage cabinet. No one is stressed out. No one anxiety. No. That's something that a lot of the new gen like to use, anxiety. No, you're just uncomfortable. Uncomfortable means you grow. A lot of people that don't have their cameras on, you don't want to get uncomfortable. That just says to me you don't want to grow. That's absolutely fine. I'm growing. I can pour into you lot all night long. Honestly, I can pour into you lot all night long. But there's no point of me doing this. It's not motivational. I'm not here to motivate anybody. This is just something that I had to hear. This is something that we all have to hear to start taking it seriously. Because when you can fail over and over again and still feel enthusiastic, you are close to a breakthrough. If you keep on hitting reds and stop loss on trading and it's not working and you keep going, you're gonna have a breakthrough. Everybody heard about the bamboo story, right? The Chinese bamboo stick, whatever it's called, right? After 5 years, right? You watered it for 4 years. On the fifth year, you saw gains. I know a trader that was trading for 7 years. He was not profitable. 7 years he was failing. And on his eighth year, he made everything back and more. Imagine if he stopped on his seventh year. You'd have never known. And like I said, how you do everything is how you do anything. So if you quit this, I guarantee you're going to quit on your kids. If you quit this, I guarantee you're going to quit when it comes to the gym. And that's fine. If you do quit, that's fine. Like, we'll love you out the same way you guys come in. But just let me know where you're going so that if it's something better, I can do it as well. Because there's not much out there that I know where, for how cheap entry is, you can actually make something for yourself. So look, I'm gonna call it there. Make it a priority that every Monday we are on mindset calls. Next week, I'm gonna try and have a very, 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 very special guest. If you guys thought that I gave you guys value, I'm a student to the game compared to what's really going on. What's really going on, I'm gonna try and give you guys value every single Monday, or people that will be on this call will give you guys value. But guys, I just want to end it on this. Please do not take advantage, or sorry, please take advantage of what it is you guys are a part of. I've been in the industry 4 years. I've seen people come, I've seen people go, but I know what's possible. And if you don't really believe, if you have any doubt, if you're skeptical, get that out of your head. Get away from people that are putting doubt in your mind. If you chill around me long enough, I'll trick you into believing in yourself. All right. So let me stop recording. There's a few things I want to go over as well.